chick chick. Well, the onions look good too with that deer meat. Hey, welcome back to Homegrown Country Homestead. How y'all doing? Well, today I'm going to show you my new chipper I got. I told y'all one of my last videos that I was going to show you chipper. So what we got here is a Yardmax. It is a YW7565. That's the model number. And it is a chipper shredder. But, you know, as far as I can see, it's more of a chipper than a shredder. Most chipper shredders are going to have two different parts on it. It's going to have like a feed chute where you feed to shred your little branches and stuff, and then you have like a separate tube like deal or feeder that chips your bigger branches. But this goes all in one thing, and it only let me just show you right here how it looks, what comes out of it. You'll get pieces, you may have big chunks, it flies out. Most of these, you know, is going to be chipped up, but you'll have these straight pieces like this come out. But they give you an idea of what it does right there. So, you know, I knew before I bought this that it wasn't going to be just a real fine shredder. And that's fine, that I didn't really necessarily need that. But the reason we bought this is chipping a lot of limbs and stuff when we cut firewood. Also, we're going to use it, you know, over time, let it compost the chips. But the reason I bought this, the main reason, is it's built real heavy duty and it has a feature on it that I really like. And this particular feature that you know, a lot of them you don't, I think it's the only one I've seen that's made this way, is this top plate right here actually comes up. So if you feeding something and it jams, all you gotta do is just undo a screw here and break that nut loose right there. And this top right here comes up, and you have your flywheel right here, and there's one of your blades right there. It has two chipping blades, and also right down in here you have a alamite right here that you can grease right here. And on the back side right here you also have another alamite right here. So that's a good thing to be able to grease your bearings, and I'm sure a lot of them, different brands, has that feature probably. But whenever you chipping with this, I done got this jammed up probably 7-8 times already. So this makes it real quick to be able to clean out that jam. That's one of the features I liked about it. Now I will tell you, this right here, this is where your chips will come out at. This is a good feature. You can adjust this right here. Allows you to, if you want to push a wheelbarrow up under it, or you're going to blow it out, you know, your chips out of ways, or you have adjustable chute on that. And this right here just tightens up and loosens up there, so you can adjust that. But let me show you this here. This is a safety flap that I took off of it. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm going to tell you the reason I took it off. If you're feeding a lot of pine needles through it, like pine limbs, the needles on it, or cedar limbs, all that green foliage and stuff will get stopped up, and it will jam up that flywheel. And so that will happen, and that's the reason I took this off here. And this flap just goes in here. But you know, anybody, you know, got common sense, you know, you're not going to stick your hand up in there. If you got kids around it, well, you know, it's your responsibility to make sure your kids don't get around it while you're chipping. So that's never an issue. And if you do get one of these, you probably want to take that flap off there. But I just want to show you that. And here's the feed chute right here. It's made out of good heavy gauge metal, and you can't stick, another thing, you can't stick your arm all the way down in there to the blades. So I mean, you just run that, your sticks down in there pretty far and don't have to worry about anything. But this, and another thing I like about it is when you put your sticks down in there, it feeds, pretty much it grabs them and it kind of feeds itself, you know. Unless you got a real big limb, the capacity as far as the size of limbs is 3-inch. Now I will tell you, you're not going to put a 3-inch limb in there. It'll lock it down just like that. If you drop it down there, you got to feed it back and forth. And you know, you probably have to do it even a 2.5 inch probably. But you know, 1 inch, 1.5, you know, you won't have no trouble. You know, if you have something dry like a 2 inch, 2.5, you probably can just feed it in there and let it go. But like I say, that's the good thing about this. And if you do jam it up, just raise that cover up. You ain't got to worry about taking the chute off or anything like that. And another thing, this thing's got, as far as the weight, it weighed, I think, about 205, 210 pounds, something like that. So it weighs a good bit, you know, more than a lot of these other chippers. So that lets you know right there that they're putting something more heavy duty in it. It's got more metal or whatever. And that's another reason I bought this. And I didn't really read no bad reviews on it, and I can see why. I don't have no complaints about it. But let me just show you the motor real quick. The motor is a Briggs & Stratton engine, and it's a 208cc, and it's 9.5 foot-pounds of torque. It doesn't have a horsepower rating on it, but we can probably safely say it's probably about 6.5 horsepower engine on it. And when I put it together, which the only thing you got to put together on this is just assemble this top chute on it, and then this cover here, and put this chute, feed chute on it, and that's how assembly is involved on it. But it cranked up on the first pull right out of the box. I choked it and it fired right up, so it starts real good. But let me get this cover latched back down here, and I'll crank it up and I'll show you how it works there. All right, well, let me show you one more thing here before we get ready to crank it up. This is your lever right here that engages your flywheel, and all you do with this, a lot of them, this is one I've seen like this too. You just slowly pull this up, and that tightens your tension on your belt, and that engages your chipper wheel right there, your flywheel. And so that's another feature that's a little bit different. And as far as getting there, adjusting your belt right here, it's real easy to adjust this out here to adjust the tension, you know, how tight it tightens up there. So that's another real good feature right there that I didn't really see on some of the other ones. But let me go ahead and crank it up there and show you how it chips there. And what I'm going to be chipping here is just most of the stuff is like 1 inch to maybe 1.5 inches. This is a little rotten piece, but this is green stuff we just got through cutting, been cutting a lot of firewood. And I'm going to feed this cedar piece right here that I got off, and I'm just going to show you, you know, it's pretty thick there, you know, it's probably 2.5, 3 inches. So I'm going to feed a lot of that to show you how to do with that. Go ahead and cut the fuel on, and it does have a fuel cutoff right there. Alright, well, you just seen what happened there. It got so far and got down in there that big wide piece, which is probably over 3 inches on the width of it, and just kind of grabbed it and jerked it out of my hands right there. That's what I'm talking about. You get so big of a piece, like I say, it's going to jerk it out of your hands and it's going to lock it up. But let me just show you real quick how you take care of that. On a lot of them, you would have to take his chute off and have to go in there. And now I didn't do that on purpose. That's going to happen sometimes. You know, you get a piece that for whatever reason you get in there. That piece was pretty wide on the very end of it, and it's kind of jerked. I didn't have any intention, but it's kind of jerked it out of my hands. What you want to do, just release that right there, disengage it. You want to make sure you cut your switch off, and go ahead and pull that spark plug wire, because you don't want to accidentally, you know, starting on you right there. Then all you're going to do, let's say, take this loose. There's your flywheel right there. And be careful with your blade. And I'm gonna see if I can reach it down in here now. So you can see how wide that was right there. Yeah, that's pretty wide. That's why it locked that up. But that's just, this wasn't necessarily jammed up right there. I could probably work the loose in there at first. But that's how quick and easy it is to get a jam loose. To give you some idea right here how it does and what kind of chips it makes. And so it does real good. Another thing you can do is if you got some big chips that you're not happy with, what I do, I take it, throw it right back in there, and it'll make it cut up a lot smaller. But overall, I rate this machine probably a 9 probably, and that's pretty high in my opinion, because a lot of times I'm pretty critical about things, how they're made. Right out of the box, it was I could tell it's made good, real heavy duty. So anybody interested in getting a chipper, I think I paid let me see, I got this one from Chipper Direct for $599, and it cost me tax and everything, I think I was out right at a little bit under $700, $690, like a lift gate. I had to pay an extra charge for lift gate service. But if anybody interested in a good chipper, and I look at a lot of different ones, I'd recommend this one right here. Like I say, if you need something that's going to chip something up real fine, you might look at something that's got an actual shredder on the top of it. But them, you won't be able to shred anything no bigger than a 1/2 inch. So, you know, I really wasn't interested in that. I wanted something where I could take limbs and just put the limbs. These don't have, I went ahead and cut the little limbs off these. The only other thing, if you get one that's kind of crooked, and I did have one just down there a while ago, take another stick and push against it and then feed it on in there. But I really like this chipper, and just want to show y'all today how it worked and what I thought about it. Appreciate y'all watching the videos, and maybe you learned something. Maybe you would like to go out and try one of these out. I don't think you'd be disappointed. And as always, for my family to yours, y'all have a blessed day, friends. See y'all later. Bye bye.